My name is Anna, and this happened a couple of years ago. For Valentine's Day, my boyfriend and I were going out to a nice and fancy Italian restaurant. I remember that at some time in the evening, my boyfriend stopped by my apartment and picked me up. We went to the restaurant and then went inside. The restaurant was very busy, as you could imagine, with it being Valentine's Day. There were lots of other people, but overall it was a very good experience because it was a really nice place. I remember that something kind of funny and strange happened though. At one point, this man wearing a suit jacket came up to our table. He had dark hair, and I assumed that he worked at the restaurant in some capacity. After he came up to our table, he asked if we would have our picture taken. We said yes, and then the man took out a small Polaroid camera from his pocket. He then had us stand up and pose before he quickly snapped a picture. Then he just turned and walked away without saying a word. I was thinking that we would give him one of our phones to take the picture, or at least he would give us the Polaroid. It was pretty strange, and my boyfriend and I started laughing about it because of how he just walked away really fast after. We figured that he must have forgot though. The next time that we saw the guy walking near us, we were going to ask him for the photo. However, for the rest of the dinner, we did not see him. I even remember looking around several times for him, and I couldn't find him. But it was very busy there after all. Soon enough, I forgot about it for the most part. We ended up leaving the restaurant without ever seeing the man or getting the photo, and we never asked anybody else who worked there about it. We drove back, and my boyfriend dropped me off at my apartment and then went back home. So after I got back, it was maybe an hour later, and I was getting ready for bed. Out of nowhere, I heard a knock on my door. I was very confused because people usually don't knock on my door, especially not late at night like it was then. There was just one knock, and then I walked over to the door. Before opening it though, I looked through the peephole. When I did, I didn't see anybody there. It seemed really strange to me, so I opened up the door and looked out into the hallway. There was still nobody there, but I noticed something on the door. There was a small envelope taped to it. I picked it up and took it inside. When I did, I opened the envelope and saw the Polaroid picture from the restaurant that was taken of us, except my boyfriend's face was basically scribbled out. When I saw it, it really creeped me out. I didn't know what to do about it. I called my boyfriend and told him about it and asked him to come over. I didn't feel safe at my place alone. So that night my boyfriend came and spent the night at my place, so I felt better. He even walked around the entire apartment complex inside and out, but didn't see the guy. We concluded that whoever he was must have left. So the next day we went to the Italian restaurant and tried to figure out who the guy was that took our photo. We still thought that he was somebody who worked there at the time. But after speaking with several employees, we found out that the man did not work at the restaurant at all. They did not have a practice of taking people's photos, and nobody matching the description of the man worked there. That made things even more creepy to me. I was worried that some guy was secretly stalking me. How else would he know where I lived? For about a week, I stayed at my parents' house, and we even thought about getting the police involved. There wasn't much to go on though, because the man didn't really break any laws, and we had no proof that he had stalked me or followed us, so we didn't. After that though, I never saw the man again. Eventually, I lived in my apartment again and things were fine. When the lease was up, I was moving to a nicer place anyways. To this day, I don't know exactly who that guy was or what happened there. My only guess is maybe it was a creepy guy who had once messaged me on Instagram. Over time, I've gotten creepy messages or comments from guys on Instagram. Usually, I just block them or delete it. Other than that though, I have no idea who the guy was. I hope to never see him again.